Okay, this is going to be a video on the Milwaukee Aftermarket batteries. Um, Normally I don't buy aftermarket batteries, but I figure, well, I can return them if they don't work. And at the price that Milwaukee wanted for the batteries that were the 9 amp hour and the 18 volt, I actually wanted 12 amp hour, but they were $200 a battery, and I just can't see it. Not for the lights, anyway. I could see if you're a tradesman and you need your whatever equipment to work for a longer period of time, you can justify it, but this is for lights. So went on Fleabay and found this. Got them in, and if you bump the light, they stop working. It was driving me nuts. So I tore them apart. Probably should have done a video on the teardown, but who knows? I'm tired. So they're not hard to take apart. There's another video on YouTube. There's 2 screws here and 2 screws there, and they are T10s according to my mini driver set. That's what it takes right there. T10. So anyway, check the contacts. Contacts were good, and then I was looking at the original Milwaukee, and you see those contact pins in there. On the original Milwaukee, they appear to sit higher in the deck. So one of these batteries, I put a piece of rubber up under the contact assembly to lift it up. It's attached to a circuit board, and that seemed to help a little bit, but didn't solve the problem. And then I started looking at sliding in original Milwaukee battery and sliding this one in. And the problem that you're going to notice if you do that is you're going to see that this deck height right here, right there, to the base of the tool, there's too much wiggle room, too much play. So what I did, so what I did to solve it, let me hold my phone like I normally do. So what I did to solve it is I put a piece of peel and stick cork, okay? Just a small piece. Now the other battery has got a wider piece that probably goes from here to here. There's 2 pieces on it. But you can play around with it, right? But what happens if these batteries are loose, the circuit board, when the battery moves around, you lose contact. The circuit board, in my opinion, thinks that's a short starting to happen and shuts the device off. Then you have to remove the battery, put it back in, and start your device again. So let me try and show you how tight these are going to fit now. So this is a Milwaukee old school non-hybrid M18 light. Also clean your contacts too, and you never want to pull your batteries on this thing when they're running. Okay, you're gonna cause problems with your contacts. So always shut your device off, and don't be in a hurry to pull your battery while the device is on. So I'm slide this down in here. And this mark here is I did an outline mark because I originally put some peel and stick cork on the outside here to try and tighten the battery into the housing when it clicked in, but it didn't make any contact. So what that tells me is that just by having the thickness of that peel and stick cork on the face of the battery or in the housing, just that much of a distance between the housing, see it? The housing and the battery, you lose contact. You get no contact to run the device. So they didn't position when they made these. They did not position those pins. See how far down they sit inside that deck? They didn't position them high enough. Those contacts should be sitting up, about halfway up. You see the gap between the top of the deck and the contacts. They should sit up about halfway higher. And I have really no desire to go in and unsolder everything, take it apart, and try and raise those up. You can see the one on the far left, see how it's a little bit higher? I did grab, and the one on the right's a little bit higher. I did grab some needle nose and went in there and pulled them up a little bit, but I don't want to break anything. So that's what's going on. So anyway, let me show you. So we'll drop this in. So anyway, what worked was putting that piece of cork there. Still allows you to engage the battery, and it's a lot tighter and smoother fit. Now, let's see. Fire it up. There we go. Now, what was happening before is if you just bump this thing, just like that, because that's what happened when we were running them, and they got bumped, just bumped into them with my hip, and it turned off. Now we can look at that. It ain't happening. I fixed it, Malik. So, problem solved. So if you're having problems with these batteries in your device, these aftermarket batteries, take a piece of peel and stick, cork, and a razor blade. Don't mind my grubby Air Jordans. They're for work. They've wore out. And do that. Tighten that deck up. That deck clearance to the tool's too sloppy. Tighten that up, you won't have a problem. Now let me show you on the charger they sent you. So this would be the charger that came with the device, or the batteries. Bear with me, I gotta set you down. Okay, so then I can set you down again. So anyway, I want to make sure the seat's in the charger. I haven't tried this yet. In this charger. Oh yeah, okay. So this charger, your battery doesn't lock in. I can't remember if on the Milwaukee stock charger if the battery locks in the charger or not. I don't recall. But yeah, so the battery with the cork still slides in. So you're just tightening up the contact, or the you're tightening up the slop in the battery connection to the device. So that's it. There you go. I wonder how many of these batteries got returned because people couldn't get them to work. And it's, you know, it is what it is. I think the engineers would have done a little better job. Let's take a look at a stock battery here. See how they sit a little bit higher in the stock battery. So those contacts just sitting too low in that aftermarket battery. See it? I haven't mic'd them or anything. I got a gauge. I could micrometer, but I got two eyeballs too, and they work fine. See it? See how far down that is? See it? Don't take much. Stock M18 red lithium 5.0 aftermarket. Power tool battery, made in China. Alright, hopefully that helps somebody out and they get something out of this. Over and out.